What up, guys? This is your boy Bradley, and well, we actually got some good news as regarding to Monster Hunter Rise, because they set out a gameplay. They actually set out some gameplay footage, and we are just going to be going through, looking through the list and see what are the features that we're going to be encountering today. So, if anything, we're gonna go ahead and start this right now.
So this is the those runes, the shrine runes that we talked as well. And you can see the hunters already in the locale. Here's the camp over here. Just so you know, they already accepted a 2-star quest to hunt down a Tetranodon before they came here. So they're just going straight to the action they showed off to you.
It looks beautiful.
So you can see some kind of cool rock formations around
Jesus
you.
Christ, looks pretty. The camera's
He's showing
so
you this
seamlessly.
beautiful river as well, and oh man, I bet like the air is really fresh here.
Might as well be.
Ah, nature. So he's popping into the tent now. And this is the
Alright, so
item
looking at
box
this,
and
they basically
the
have
buddy board.
the Monster Hunter
Here
World.
you're showing an option that
you
lets
can
you
go
eat
inside
as
the tent
well.
in Monster Hunter World.
So yeah, the first option is the item box, the second one
Look
is
at
the
it.
buddy board, and the
They're
third
just
one
chilling.
is eat.
Even
The fourth one is
Wire
get
Bug,
out here.
just chilling.
If you go to the top one, the item box, you're able to manage your equipment and change what you're using. So we're going to have 14
Oh, so they
weapons
didn't change
from
the weapon
what you've seen
amount.
in the series
They just
before.
added new skills.
So I think what people are looking forward to a lot of weapons that they've seen in the past. But we'll be talking a lot more about those weapons later, so stay tuned for more information.
They're going to be talking about it more because later.
You know, this is nothing to do before, but you had like a lot of money, didn't you? Apparently in the item box you could see the cash somewhere, and he was like, man, you are rich. It's like, I have been getting the money.
They're going to be getting money if they release this actually good. Oh, the first wire bug movement.
So, you saw him just use this on the screen. That was the wire.
On the little screen there, I can't see the wire.
So you can see kind of right below, on the center of the screen, below the feet of the player, there are these like two little icons that are slowly refilling. That is the wire bug icon. You can use two of them initially, and when you use one of them, you can see it kind of like becomes like temporarily unavailable. So you're able to use two of them quickly in unison in a row, and then obviously you can see them recharging below as well. She was really excited about the fact that you can get on top of that tent.
Yeah, it's been ages. We always
And he wants to add that you can use the wire bugs to get all over the place, access all sorts of really interesting places. You can go vertically, horizontally.
You even can aim it.
Basically, you just use that aiming reticule that he popped up before, put it in the direction of the direction you want to throw the wire bug, and then there it goes. It's really a free system. It gives you a lot of versatility.
Basically, still looking like the
I
one
bet
that
you know
we
you
had
can
in
make
the
it up here too.
past.
Look, haha.
With the clock and the health bars and all that shit. Even the sharpness looks like old.
You know,
old
if you're on the edge, you know, you can use them to do like little jumps to get up
Look at
the
that.
over
That's just beautiful.
places that are in the way, and you get over obstacles. So it's really helpful to have. So you can kind of use the wire bugs to search around the environment and find hidden gathering points, and discover really interesting, kind of cute little things that we've included in the game. It's a really great way to kind of explore the world of Monster Hunter Rise. And they're really tall, and he's like, "Is it okay to jump down?" And
look at that
obviously
style
it
when they
is.
fall.
So it looks like you can use the wire bug as you're falling down to, make it look cooler. But he says actually, if you fall and you hit the ground, you still won't take damage. So the wire bug is just entirely if you want to be classy.
That would just basically ruin your entire game. Your game is known for not taking fall down.
We're talking about the wire bug on the bottom, but next you can see to the right of that, there is this little icon meshing. We are calling this the action slider. And using that, you can issue orders to your Palamute or do other sorts of things. So, like right now he used it to jump onto the back of the Palamute. And while you're on the back, like you can do dashes and jumps.
Even the jump, dog has more jumping power than anybody that I
And the
ever
Palamutes
seen.
actually, got a little bit of
Look at
a
the size of that thing.
nice addition. So you can see he kind of grabbed on the edge of that hut and jumped on the top. So, basically, it's really helpful to have the Palamute around to access all these areas and move about quickly. Sorry, I'm going to get off him really quickly. So you can also use the that action bar to do some communication with your buddies.
Sitting.
Like this one, like sit.
Oh, shake
Or,
my
like,
hands.
shake hands.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good
That is
dog. You can also do it with the Palicos as well. Oh, look how adorable he is.
Yeah, I feel like that's just rude to the sentient cats.
This has nothing to do with actual gameplay elements. It's just, fun. It's just pure delight. High five, cat. High five. So yeah, the action that lets you use kind of all sorts of things. As you saw, there were actions to do with your animals, with your pet, with your buddies, and you could also do things like summon the Palamute to ride.
Monster on a world slide.
So you saw me just kind of do this quick nice slide down the mountain,
You
and
can pull
we're
up
in
in
this new
the
area
air.
now.
Just nice.
So this is the main field of the area.
Alright, can you look at the map on the left here? Well, yeah.
So I talked a little bit about this. You can join on the, you can summon kind of the Palamute to jump on it using the action slider. But if you're near the Palamute, you can also just hold A to just hop onto his back real quick as a sort of shortcut. He's also showing you that you can use, you can set shortcuts to kind of make it easier to use the commands that you want to
So
use.
the item wheel made
You can see
itself
he's setting it
somewhat
right
to
now.
this. So, yeah. So this is basically
I've set things to like use healing
world on
items
the
and
screen that they were
whatnot,
talking about.
sharpen weapons, and et cetera, et cetera. So the while you're on the Palamute, you're not just moving. You're able to do other things and get all sorts of actions done, and prepare for battle and whatnot. So next up is you can see this little green thing, right? It's kind of like a little ball. That is called a endemic life. So you can collect these to do things like get little buffs like heal or get stamina back.
Trying to aim at your target.
Or gain other sorts of
Hey,
benefits.
another wire bug.
It's only these buffs are temporary. They're only active for the quest that you're on.
Oh. So not any permanent bugs.
So we just kind of triggered the bad guy. We pulled him. So we're going to run over here so we can do some other stuff first before we go into the fight. So normally you see there's now 3 symbols for the wire bug on the bottom. Before we had only 2. So what this is during quests you can find wire bugs in the wild, that was weird, to actually increase the max amount of wire bug usage you have in that quest by up to 3. And that kind of will help you get a little bit more
The
mobility.
dog has to be really strong to just...
He also mentioned using it with the
Has
Palamute.
to be really
I'm
strong
sorry, I think I
just
missed
to
that little
lift
bit.
you up.
I think he's just talking about climbing the vines. that you saw
Or to
before.
jump with you on its back. Or even to run at
So
speed.
all the buff items that you are used to from the Monster Hunter series, of course, will remain in the series. This is an entirely new element that they have added to the game. So like you can kind of like search around the map and discover like your best routes to monsters and figure out the best way to play it. There's some that you don't have to do any of these to win. These are all kind of optional things if you want to go out of your way to find the extra buffs. So it's all kind of gives you a lot more ways to approach the game. So over here you can see this kind of grass thing that he's messing around with it. So you can see over here he just like found a great wire bug in there, and you can use those ones that you found to make these super huge jumps like the one that you just saw. So you just leaped up a
And how
tremendous
much
distance.
power is it what's his hardcore output? Because
So, you know, like searching through the locales, you can find really cool items like this in Endemic Lives and Wire Bugs that will let you maneuver and gain more buffs. It's a really interesting thing that adds rewards to the exploration aspect of the game.
Alone. That's what I want to know. That's all I want to
So
know.
I'm going
What's
to
the
grab
power
this little
output on that
Endemic Life right here. He's going to jump around through some bamboo. So outside of the areas that you fight the monsters, like the one that you just saw, there's also these kind of like little side areas that are basically you won't find any large monsters wandering in here, but there's tons of endemic life for you to go around.
Look at the dual blades. It's a regular sword with
there's some like destructible environmental bits that you can go and find, hidden endemic life, collect them.
I've
gain
lost
some
so
buffs.
many barbecue splits to those things.
Of course, all these buffs really help you defeat monsters, but they're not necessary. If you're really good at these games, and you're an experienced veteran of the Monster Hunter series, you would probably go straight into fighting the monsters if you want to. All this stuff is, once again, just an extra bit.
The Palamute has a two-sided blade in its
So
mouth.
the Endemic Life definitely do all sorts of things, like there's buffs. There's also some of them that can be used like items and other things. We'll be giving more information about these on a later date, but right now, I think that's all we're going to say about them. So you can see him. They were talking about, can we climb up here? And then he's like, yeah, I can check this out.
Alright, just look at that.
So you can use the wire bug to get up here if you want to, or you can use the Palamute. There's lots of ways to maneuver around the environment and explore. So, find a way that suits you, find a way that you like, and play the sort of game you want to play. So once you get used to it,
They made it back.
it starts feeling really nice to just bounce around and move around. So, I kind of changed the way the game plays. So, getting used to this new element in the game, this new dynamic mechanic is the word I'm looking for, really kind of changed the gameplay. You can play around with different play styles and have fun. So now they're going to go and look for the Tetranodon and show you some straight-up battle, which I'm sure you're all looking forward to.
Yep, let's see the combat. That's what Monster Hunter is
You
about.
can see that kind of floating around
Here
here. I
he
think
is.
that's a
Very nice, you stupid green turtle.
another bit of a
Yeah,
demo.
you
So there's no
turtle duck.
paintball in this game. But you can see on the bottom left there's that sort of map, and that will generally show you where monsters on. And if you know what the monster is, it will show up as a little symbol, but the question marks are monsters that you haven't kind of encountered yet, so you don't know what they are.
Alright, so it's basically, alright, if we're looking back the Japanese yokai,
There's also like this special
represents a
item that kind of
kappa.
looks like a little owl that you can send
And,
off into the
looking back
distance that
into,
will search out and scout out
on kappa
the
itself,
locations and types of
and
monsters and
it's
so
saying
on.
that kappas love sumo wrestling, so
A
it's
scouting
basically a
item, I suppose.
sumo wrestling turtle duck. The fatter he gets,
So
the more
now we're
sumo
showing off the
he
Tetranodon,
becomes. He
and
gets
this is an
stronger with
amphibious,
sumo.
hefty chunk, as I think I said yesterday. He's
Alright, the thing is, I want to know if
He's
high
really big
end or
already,
low
but
end to Tetsuka.
while he's fighting, you can see him now, he's actually pretty big up. Once he eats something, he gets extra full. He gets just practically pudgy. And what happens in the app is he gets heavier and his attacks become stronger. It also changes his attack patterns a little bit. So, he moves slower because of this, so it's a nice kind of
Alright, I noticed something.
different way of fighting the monster.
Wirebug,
So now I'm going to show you a little bit more about the dual blades.
is charged
Wow,
a
look at
lot
that
slower
style.
than when you use it for traversal.
So he's just hitting it normally now, but
Oh, those numbers are pretty small.
right now he's used the wire bugs, but you're able to use the wire bug in coordination with your attack, like as you're seeing he's doing right here with the dual blades to do some extra attacks. And every weapon has a number of different patterns and things you can do, collaborations attacks that you can coordinate attacks you can make with a wire bug. And a lot of them.
Oh, you got set flying.
really sort of go well with the sorts of weapons you're using. So like, this one lets you increase your mobility and do extra damage at very specific points. So I'm going to show you one right now. It looks like he's going to throw the wire bug forward. So you throw the wire bug forward, and if the monster makes an attack into it, it gives you a chance to make a counter attack against it. So there are really cool ways to use the wire bug in sort of a supportive role for your main weapon and do. I think he just showed you.
I wasn't able to see it all that well.
It was a little bit close, so it was kind of hard to see. But right as the monster attacked it, he threw out the wire bug, which is going to make that really cool counter attack.
Working that double-edged dagger.
So, depending on the power of the wire bug coordinated attack that you make, you might use one or maybe two of these wire bug icons on the bottom. You can use them for this one. There's ways to use this to make attacks. There's ways to use it as an innovation. We hope everybody kind of experiments and tries to find out ways to use these various abilities to support their own particular game styles. So you can see this Palamute over here, he's fighting. So one thing people are probably worried about is that the Palamute does have HP, he can get hurt, but he will never die. So even if you get really, even if it gets really hurt bad, he'll kind of run off and not be available for a bit, healing up, eating doggy treats or something.
I've seen...
So I think we still have time. He's thinking about ending the gameplay here, but we have a little bit more time, so he's going to maybe do it a little bit more. They're kind of discussing what do we want to do now. I'm sure a lot of people want to see this whole fight out and see everything.
They're just retreating. So far, I like how the combat looks. It looks fluid. It looks fluid.
Okay, so we had a little bit more time. So you see these question marks. So he's going to run over and counter them. He actually doesn't know what they are.
So there's no change. And there's turf war.
So yeah, we have this guy who just ran over here. Oh my god.
That tremor step.
So I think they said the name of it. Sorry, I don't recognize the name of that monster in English. But he's adorable. Also terrifying.
Adorable idiot. Give him money and he will do whatever
So
he
there's
wants.
also, it sounds like he is a monster from the previous series. So we have quite a few of them in this game as well. So this is, I guess, a surprise reveal of this little...
No, there really isn't a surprise reveal
monster right here.
Once he was in the trailer, or in that.
That sounds like the Japanese is Dojo. I might have missed that. Sorry, I'm sure everybody's watching this is more familiar with this monster than I am. So
dealing with a franchise that's been around for nearly almost 15 years.
So yeah, one interesting thing that we like to talk about is in this game, kind of different from the other previous Monster Hunters, is the player character talks a lot more than he used to. Shout and yell and taunt and so on. But there is an option in the menu that allows you to kind of adjust this. So if you think like, you don't want to hear your hunter talk, you want him to just be quiet and stab things, you're able to change that and make it more just about, the quiet, solitary hunter sort of thing.
If they fix the bomb,
so yeah, it's customizable. You can adjust the rate of
but I don't want to catch those bombs.
Character speech in the game.
I've been repeatedly blown up for no reason.
So they're kind of reiterating that. And they're talking about, like if you really want to listen to the character as the character, or if you really want to focus on the action, you can kind of mix around with that. So yeah, we hope you, everybody's looking forward to trying out all these new different abilities and seeing the monsters and everything. So it sounds like we have some more time. So more time than we initially thought we had. So we're gonna go. So we're gonna go on a little bit more of a, like a walkabout. I guess we have some leftover time, so we're gonna go on a walkabout and explore a little bit more.
He's following you.
So I think they're gonna try to. You see that?
He's following you.
So yeah, this is the first, actual gameplay footage of this. So like, let's go extra far. Let's go the extra mile and show. Like, literally, let's go the extra mile and show some more
I love it so far.
So there.
Not bad.
So this is also something that he doesn't know what's going to be waiting in this direction.
And, come on, my mighty steed, let us retreat.
So yeah, like that kind of like triple wire bug thing he did there. Commented how like really nice that felt to see and do. And he's like, yeah, this is that mobility, the kind of light, the ability to run around and be mobile and explore the game. That's a really fun part of this. So they're just gonna keep exploring. Oh wow, look at him climb that cliff and.
Alright, he ran out of stamina.
And he used the wire bug to kind of check out where you want to go like that as well. So you can also, for the most part,
alright, the thing is the traversal cause
we showed him climbing the wall to scrape and go sideways, a little bit more, all sorts of directions. We wanted to make it a really easy, like controls that are simple and easy to understand, but also gives you this really cool, strong feeling of traversing this environment and exploring all these interesting places.
Dodge, it's reduced. No matter, alright, and
run over here.
I've recently tried to make a full build, but
he's like, let's go over there. He's like, is there something over there? I have no idea.
Actually reflect that.
So they don't really know where to go. They're just kind of wandering. Like, yeah, wander over here. Let's see what we can say. Oh, here, this little guy.
Fat motherfucker.
She's commenting on how cute he is, and he's saying this is kind of like a tanuki, like a raccoon dog. And it's kind of like a little mascot character of this. I guess he doesn't realize you're there, or maybe he doesn't care. Yeah, he's
where they ended it. But so far, my speculations on this thing is high. I love it. I want it. As it said in my previous review, I really want it. And I'm doing my best to get a Switch so I'm able to play it for you and me. So, please be sure to like and subscribe for more comment from Bradley. And I do enjoy the rest of your day. And comment if you like my clean shave. And tell me if you like my looks now more than they were when I was a bushy guy. So, peace out.